Miss, all of this you will download it on YouTube in the channel, right?
Yes, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, let's start now with an algebra. Here now our lessons that the lessons that are with us: exponential growth and decay, and the geometric sequence. Let's talk about now an exponential growth. The first step, why we called it, why its name is exponential, because we have a number 2 raised to x, and I told it's not x squared, it's not x cubic, it is 2 raised to the power x or 3 raised to the power x. We must have a number raised to the power x. This is the meaning of exponential. Now, exponential growth can be modeled by the function y equal a times b, where b is raised to x. So it has to be y equal a times b and b raised to x. Now, what is a and what is b? A, it is an initial amount, and it must be greater than 0. That means a cannot be negative. Cannot be -1 or -5. It must be greater than 0, 0.1, 0.5, 0.7, 1 point something, 2 point something. It must be greater than 0. And b is the base. And this base must be greater than 1. b, it has to be 1 point something, or 2 point something, on 1.7 and 2.4 and so on. It must be greater than 1. And this b in the growth, in the exponential growth, we called it growth factor. And to find it, we have to add 1 to the percent rate. The question, give me the percent rate, like 68%. 68%, the first step, I will convert it to be as 0.68. Then I will add 1 to it if I'm talking about growth, and I will subtract 1 from it, or I will subtract it from 1 if I'm talking about decay. So now this is the exponential growth, and as you see, this is the graph of this function. Be careful, a must be greater than 0 and b must be greater than 1. A times b, where's b raised to the power x, and x is an exponent.
Understand.
Sorry?
I don't understand it.
The exponential growth?
Yes, I'm grasping.
Okay, the exponential growth, its function is y equal a times b raised to the power x. This questions, if I'm told, I told you as an example, if the rate is 68% and the annual rate is increased, this word increased, that means I'm talking about exponential growth. What is the function it will be? The function is y equal a times b, where's b raised to the power x. A, it must be greater than 0, it must be positive, and b, it must be also greater than 1. So be careful here. A must be greater than 0, and b, it must be greater than 1. How can I find b? Sometimes in the question, he give me the percent rate, like 67%. The 67%, or 67, it is 67 over 100. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Then I want to write it now as a decimal. I told you how many zeros we have for the 100. We have 2 zeros.
2.
So I start now to write from the right. 7 here and 6 here. So 67%, it can be right as 0.67. Then this percent rate, if I'm talking about growth, I must add 1 plus 0.67, which is 1.67. That's why I told you B, it must be greater than 1. If you take only 0.67, this will be a wrong. It must be greater than 1. In the growth, you will add 1 to it. It will be the B now 1.67 times A, and A it will be given, and X it will be given. You will find now the Y. This is for the growth. Yes, Jana.
Basma is saying in the chat that she can't hear anything and the picture is not moving.
Because of her internet connection. Do you see this the slides clearly?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
She has a problem, not me. Now, what about the decay? In the decay here, you have the same. Their function is y equal a times b, where b raised to the power x. And a is an initial amount. And a, it must be greater than 0. But b here, it's not greater than 1 like the growth decay. It will be less than 1 and it will be positive. It must be positive and less than 1. Or you can say it have to be between 0 and 1. So the exponential decay here, the b, it will be less than 1 and greater than 0. It must be less than 1 and positive number. This is for b. And a, in both in the decay or growth, it must be greater than 0. But b, in the growth, it will be, but must be greater than 1. And in the decay, it will be less than 1 positive number. This is for the growth and the decay. And to find the decay factor, we have to do the same. I have a percent rate. I have to write it as a decimal. Then I will say 1 minus this percent rate. I will find the decay factor. Is this clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Now,
And a teacher must be greater than 0.
yes, it must be greater than 0.
Okay.
Now let's have this example here. Now, by the way, if you will see word like increases or growth, word like increase or grow, I'm talking about exponential growth. And if you see word decrease, we will talk about exponential decay.
Okay.
So if you see word increase or grow, I'm talking about exponential growth. And if you see word decrease, yeah, I'm talking about decay. From its word, decrease, decay. Grow, growth, or increase, growth. Let's have this question now. In this question, a population of 100 frogs increases at an annual rate of 22%. How many frogs will be there in 5 years? Write an expression to represent the equivalent monthly population increase rate. So here now, What is A? It is the initial amount. He told me that there's a 100 frog and they are increased annually by 22%. So what is A here now?
100.
100.
Thank you.
100 frogs.
So the function before that, it is a decay or a growth?
Growth.
Growth.
Growth. Because I have word increase. So why now? It will be A times B raised to the power X. A is 100. Now what about the base factor?
It's 0.22 because we divided over 100.
0.22.
1.22.
No.
0.22.
No.
0.22.
Wait. The annual rate here, it's a 22%. I told you to find the growth factor, you have to first to write it as a decimal. Then you have to write 1 to this decimal number. Why?
So 1
because the growth
1
factor
plus
must be
0.22.
greater than 1. Now 22%, as I told you, it is 22 over 100. And this 100, it has 2 zeros, so I have 2 digits. Then let's write from here. So it is 0.22. Then add 1 to 0.22. So what is the number now?
1.22.
1.22.
Thank you.
So y equal 100 multiply 1.02. Teacher, 1.22, not 1.02.
Ah, yes. I will change it now. Yes, back. So it was 1.22.
Yes.
Raised
The power of
power what?
x.
To the
This
power
is
X.
our equation.
X.
Yes. And what is X here?
5.
5.
12 minus 5.
Why
The answer
Why
is 12 minus 5.
Why 12?
You mean
Why 12 minus 5? It is in 5 years. So X is 5. Wait, first. So it is 100 times 1.22 and X is 5. The numbers of years is 5. B is 1.22 as we said. And Y it is 100. So Y it will be now 1.22
to the power of 5.
to the power of
Should
5.
we use calculator
Yes, I
in the
can.
exam?
Yeah.
Mm.
So Y now it is 270. This is a Y, which is 270. This is the numbers of frogs after 5 years. Now, write also an expression to represent the equivalent monthly population. How can we do it? Who can tell me?
Wait, miss. Means teacher, we will make 12 month. No.
Because I'm talking, yes, I'm talking about 12 months. So what we have to do?
12 divided by 5 years.
See,
No,
from
5
here
years
now,
divided.
no, first, from here now, we say that the 1 point, since like the problem 1, did you remember in the problem 1, he asked you about monthly increase?
Yes, teacher.
And we said that to find or to write an expression in monthly, the annual rate will be changed. It will not be 0.22 because the 0.22 is an annual rate. It's not a monthly rate. So what
Teacher
I
is
said,
going to be y equals a multiplied by b to the power of 5.
this
It
is
will be 12
the
minus 1 or.
the first step here. I found how many frogs will be, here they ask me the first question. Look here, the first one, how many frogs will be there in 5 years? And we found that we have 27 frogs will be after 5 years. The second question, write an expression to represent the equivalent monthly population increase rate. So I need now to write it as y equal a times b raised to the power x. A is 100, and x it's 12, because I'm talking about monthly. Oh, keep it as m without x for solving. Write it as m, whereas m is the number of months. But I need now to find the new rate, because this 22%, it is an annual rate. I need to find the monthly rate. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
So how can I do? What can I do? Sorry. I will use
It
the
should be
1.22. This is for a years. Let's name it with y. 1.22. This is for a years. And I want now to convert it or to rewrite it as 1.22. Did you remember what did we say? We say that y, it's a number of years. How many months in 1 year? It's a 12.
12.
So I will
12.
say like this.
5 times by 1.2. No, wait.
No.
Yes, 5 times 12 times 5. 12
No,
months.
without 5.
Multiply
No, I'm
5
talking
years.
about monthly only. I said now y, it is as the same as 12y over y. 12y over 12, sorry. Yes, if I divide a y by 12 and then I divide it by 12, did I make a change to y? If I multiply y by 12, then I divide it by 12, what's the answer?
1.
Y.
1.
1y.
1y, yes, it is y. So I can now write y as 1 over 12 times 12y. Like here, look here. Y equal 12y over 12. It's a 12y over 12. That's mean it is the same as
1.2. 1 over 12.
12y times 1 over 12.
1.
I will write what I have to write now. y over 12. It is as the same as 12y times 1 over 12. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes,
teacher.
So I will put the 1 over 12 inside, and the 12y, I will put it outside. Done?
Done.
Then 1.22. Oh, then after that, let's name it. 12y, I have to name it with m, which is month, and I will find 1.22 raised to the power 1 over 12. 1.22 raised to the power 1 over 12. You will find that the answer is 1.10016. This will be now my new the factor.
Teacher, from where you brought 1.016?
On the calculator, write 1.22 raised to the power 1 over 12.
Ah, okay.
You will get 1.016. This one, it will be now my growth factor. So when I rewrite this expression here, I will say y equal 100 times 1.016.
Teacher, I actually didn't understand the last part.
Okay, I will repeat it now. Here, in the first part, we said that the population is 100 frogs, so y is 100 times b. Where's b? We said it is 1.22. Is it right? Raised to the power 5. Is this part clear for you?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, and after we solve it, we find that the number of frogs was 270 frogs. Then this is for the second part. For the first part, sorry. For the second part here, he asked me now, write an expression to represent the equivalent monthly population increase rate. Monthly population, not annually. Here in the first part, I'm talking about number of years. But here I want to write it now, this part, sorry. I want now to write this part as y equal 100 times something raised to the power m. Why m? Because I need now monthly rate. I'm talking about the number of months, not number of years. Like as an example, after 3 months, not after 5 years. I'm asking you about the number of years. You will use this expression. If the question is of after 3 months, you will use the second expression. Now, for the rate here, it was an annual rate. Annual rate, that's mean a rate that change yearly, annually. What about the rate, monthly rate? I need to find the monthly rate to write it in between the brackets. To find the monthly rate, I will say 1.22, which is the annual rate. This is for a years. How many it will be in months? What I said, what I have to do. We all of us know that we have 12 months in 1 year. So if you have number 3 and you multiply it by 2 and you divide it by 2, what the answer will be? It will be 3. If you have 12, you multiply it by y and you divide it by y, what the answer will be? Divide by 12, sorry. Sorry, by 12. What the answer will be? It will be y.
Why?
So if we have now this one y, I can write it as 12y over 12. 1.22, 12y over 12. It is the same as y. Then, y over 12. Can I keep the 12y out the bracket and 1 over 12 inside the bracket? It's like, look here, it was
Yes.
1 point, I will write it here. It was this one, it's equal 1.22 raised to the power 12y over 12. Can I take, before that, 12y over 12, is it the same as 12y times 1 over 12?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because of that, I will delete now 12y over 12 and I will put the 1 over 12. I will put the 1 over 12 inside. I'll try to make it small first. I will put Allah. Come on. I will put them inside, and then I will bring 12y to put it outside. Then after that, y, I will name it now with m, the number of months. Then 1.22 raised to the power 1 over 12, I will find the answer using calculator, and it will be 1.1 or 0.60. This number raised 1.22 raised to the power 1 over 12, you will get 1.016. This 1.016 is my monthly rate. I have to put it here now. So if later on I asked you how many frog you will have after 3 months, you will use the second expression because m is in month. If ask you now how many frogs will be after 10 years, you will use the first expression. Is it clear now?
Miss,
Yes,
طب
teacher,
the
clear.
3, I'll replace it with the M.
Yeah, 3 months. Yes, you placed with
Yes.
m.
And 12y, like 12. Okay. I'll replace it with 3 months.
Yes.
Then I'll find the exponent of 1.016 multiplied by 100. Then I'll find the monthly rate for 3 months.
Yes, for 3 months. First, you will take 1.016 raised to the power 3, then the answer multiplied by 100. I will do it here. As an example, after 3 months, you will say 1.0116 raised to the power 3 as an example, multiplied by 100. So after 3 months, it will be 104. The initial, from the beginning, it was 100. After 3 months, it approximately be 104 or 105 frogs. So after 3 months, it increased 5 frogs.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's do this exercise here. State whether the equation represents exponential growth, exponential decay, or neither. How can I decide? I have to check if A is greater than 1 and A is greater than 0 and B, it must be greater than 1. If A, the first step in the exponential A, it must be greater than 0. If A is greater than 0 and B is greater than 1, it will be an exponential growth.
Growth.
And if A is greater than 0, but B is less than 1, or you can say B is greater than 0 and less than 1, you will say it's an exponential decay. And if it is B less than 0, you will say it's neither. And if A is less than 0, you will say it's neither too. So look at the first one. What is the value of A? It is 0.93. It is greater than 0?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
B, is it greater than 1 or less than 1?
greater.
Greater than
So
1.
I will say that this one is
Exponential
exponential growth. Yes.
growth.
Be careful. The function or the expression, it must be y equal A times B and B raised to the power x. Now look at the second one. A, is it greater than 0?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And B, is it greater than 1 or less than 1?
Less than one.
Less than
No,
one.
it will be what?
Exponential decay.
Exponential decay.
Thank you. Now look at number 30. In number 30 here, is it it must have a times number raised to the power x. Here did we have a number raised to the power x or x raised to a number?
No.
So
X
it
raised
will
to
be
a
Number.
yes.
So it's neither.
Now look at 31. In number 31, 68 times 0.2 raised to the power x.
Exponential decay because the A is
Decay.
greater than
Because
This will be an exponential decay.
decay.
Yes, now the video, it will be finished after less than 1 minute.